Ladies and gentlemen, aviation geeks and frequent flyers, my name is David and I'm in Honolulu, Hawaii, still in my hotel right now because today we're flying on the longest flight. Not the world's longest flight, but I'm trying to do a video about the world's longest flight too, so if you don't want to miss that upcoming video, I highly recommend that you subscribe to our channel. But today I'm on the longest domestic flight in the United States. That's Hawaiian Airlines Flight 90 from Honolulu to Boston, which is scheduled at around 10 hours. If you exclude the time you need to taxi from the gate to the runway and from the runway to the arrival gate, it's roughly 9 hours total flight time, 10 hours total in the plane. So it is a very long flight, and it's an actual long-haul flight. You can't argue with the flight time. It is actually a long-haul flight, but I'm not leaving the United States. So in today's video we're going to take a look at whether this flight is better than your average domestic flight, because if you have seen our review about American Airlines 8-hour flight from Dallas to Honolulu, which I took just yesterday, but the video you will have seen last Saturday, they didn't really provide much more than on their regular domestic flight. So I'm really curious to see whether Hawaiian Airlines is different here and whether they provide more than airlines like United or American do. So if you've seen episodes of our review series Brutally Honest before, you know that my opinion is that whether a flight is good or bad isn't determined by whether you get stuff for free or not. It's whether your expectations are met or whether they aren't. And the expectations always, they're linked to the reputation of the airline and whether, and how much you paid for it and whether it's a low-cost airline or not. So I've asked you, as always, this time I asked you on Twitter. You should definitely follow us on Twitter at @simply_aviation. I asked you there what your expectations would be for Hawaiian Airlines, and you can see that Hawaiian Airlines already has a better reputation than American because the expectations that you mentioned were a lot higher. So some of you expected a hot meal to be served on this flight, and I really hope that I will get a hot meal on this flight too. So this is also my basic expectation, but I do not expect there to be another meal. I also expect there to be a pillow and a blanket on the seat, like on your regular long-haul flight, because it is a long-haul flight and it's also an overnight flight, so I really hope that that's going to be provided as well. Some of you have also mentioned that they expect an amenity kit. I will check that expectation for you. Personally, I don't think that Hawaiian Airlines is that good, but I love to be positively surprised. And then I also expect the legroom to be excellent because I paid $150 extra to get a seat with extra legroom on this flight. So I'm flying in economy, but in the front part of economy where the legroom is a little bit bigger. The reason for that is, and that's not a lie, that was the only window seat left on this plane. And I'm somebody, for you, for the video, I need a window seat. And I'm willing to pay $150 if that's the only window seat that's left. So I originally wanted to fly in regular economy, now I'm in the little extra legroom economy part in the front. So I really expect the legroom to be very good because I paid $150 on top of the, I think, $400 that the regular one-way economy class fare for this flight was. So yeah, now I just need to go to the airport, return the rental car, and then we're off to Boston. One more expectation that I thought of that I need to mention, because there are a lot of people making vacation in Hawaii, I expect the boarding passes to be really beautiful. Because if you've seen Hawaiian Airlines planes, especially the new livery, it's one of the most beautiful liveries of any airline out there, and they have a great corporate identity, and it would be a shame if I would just get a white boarding pass. Because to a lot of people, especially to aviation geeks like me, the boarding pass is a kind of souvenir of the flight, and if it's a beautiful boarding pass, I have no problem at all to like pin it on my wall at home and stare at it every day and remember the great flight that I had with Hawaiian. Let's see if it's going to be a great flight. Let's see if our expectations are going to be met. Yeah, I really hope there's going to be a cool boarding pass. Yeah, let's go to the airport. So I just returned to rental car, and flying long-haul domestic is really confusing because there is a shuttle bus and they asked me where I was flying, and I was saying I'm flying international on Hawaiian, but what I meant to say was I'm not flying from the inter-island terminal, meaning I'm not flying within Hawaii, I'm flying to mainland USA, but I was confused and said international. So long-haul domestic, what a weird concept. So I'm a bit concerned right now because all of these flights have gates except for mine. That's the only flight that doesn't have a gate. Let's hope they don't cancel it, because that will be annoying. But even the ones that leave at like 6 p.m. have gates already. So we're after the security checks right now. We're like literally in the airport. There are gate areas right over there, and you can actually walk down there and spend some time in a park. Really cool idea.
Yeah, thank you.
My stay in Hawaii wouldn't be complete without a sticker. Remember, we're still airside in the airport. There are the passengers over there, and there are the airport lounges over here. Actually, I think there is a priority pass lounge that we might be able to check out. I mean, the airport itself is not the best, but I mean, these gardens are amazing. All right, there's a lounge, the IASS lounge. Alright, so boarding is going to start in a couple of minutes, so I'm heading to the gate now. The lounge was okay. I think ISS is a Japanese company because they have a lounge at Tokyo Narita Airport as well. And that's probably also why there were a lot of Japanese newspapers inside. The lounge wasn't really special, but still, it's nice. It's nice to have a place to work which is a little bit more tranquil than the regular airport terminal. Alright, so, as you've seen previously, the boarding pass was in fact not completely white. It wasn't like best design, but I mean, that's pretty much exactly what I was asking for. So, but it was better than having a just blank white boarding pass. Thank you.
Boarding passes, please.
Hello, I'm an A.
Thank you. Welcome on board.
AC. Thank you.
Hi, what letter are you going? What letter? B. Oh, yes, the other one. Welcome on board.
It's either going to be that or against the young one.
Alright, here's how it's going to go. Luce, you're going to be on this aisle seat. Henry.
When you're here with us, you're in Hawaii. So please give us your attention as members of our flight crew share the safety features of this aircraft and some of our favorite spots throughout the islands. For your comfort and safety, please fasten your seatbelt. Insert the flat end into the buckle. Pull the strap to tighten. To release, lift the top portion of the buckle and pull away. Seatbelt should be more.
First officer speaking on behalf of the captain. Second officer and myself, we would like to once again welcome you aboard our flight to Boston today. 9 hours and 20 minutes en route. We apologize for the delay, as we advised that the TSA scanners were having issue with the bagging scanning, and that caused a delay in them handing the bags over to us to load on the plane. At the end of the day, that was our responsibility to get you there just as safely and quickly as possible, and that we'll do everything in our power to do that. We appreciate having you on board, and your only requirement is to sit back, relax, and enjoy our award-winning service. Heading out to the rear runway here looks like we'll be number 1 for departure, so at this time, flight attendants, please be seated for departure. Mahalo.
first impression of the plane is the cabin isn't the newest one, but at least the Inflight Entertainment system works. There are a bunch of free movies and TV shows you can watch, and the legroom is actually really good. So, as expected, the Economy Comfort, Economy Plus, I don't know exactly what they call it, section does provide amazing legroom. They just announced that they will start beverage service soon. I still don't know whether there is going to be a meal service or not. I saw people come in the plane with Burger King bags, which isn't the best sign, but we'll see about that. We've got 8.5 hours to go. Let's return to the seat so we don't miss the meal if there is one.
Again, if you'd like to purchase any of our snacks on board our flight today, we kindly ask that you have your credit or debit card readily available so that we can better serve you. Air is just about 6:17 a.m. For your continued comfort as well as safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt.
Thank you. Alright, so I just arrived here at Boston Logan Airport from Honolulu, and I have to say Hawaiian Airlines was better than I expected. Like, the whole experience was really nice. I do have to say that the legroom was exactly as I expected, as I mentioned before, and the catering service was a lot better than I expected, and a lot better than I think a lot of you expected. So for a domestic flight, getting a hot meal and a second snack box is really something refreshing, and that, like, restoring a little bit of the trust I have in US Airlines. I have to say that the catering service itself is very similar to the service that Scandinavian Airlines offers. So they do provide one meal, but you can't choose between anything. There's just one option. And for me, that option was a pasta with a cheesy vegetable sauce, which was delicious. It was a small meal. There wasn't a big salad with it or a big dessert. There also was no bread roll with it. So it was a rather small meal. The snack box before the landing was also very nice, especially considering how many different things there were in there. So they really put a lot of effort into making sure that you don't really stay hungry on this flight. And of course you had a lot of options in between where you could buy additional snacks if you wanted to. In general, I have to say it was a really nice flight. I'm now heading on my flight on United, right here. Alright, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching and coming along today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, like our upcoming trip report on United. Yeah, for now, thank you very much for coming along. Thank you, Hawaiian, for the nice flight. And I'll see you soon for a new video.